Mark Collett invites me to his home. He wants to talk about leaflets. I want to talk about immigration.
Some Asian corn shop owners, they've lived here since the 1950s. They've paid tax all their life, they've worked hard, they've never screwed anyone over. You know, they've got an English accent, they speak English, they've done everything that you would expect a normal British person to do, and played the game, and then why would anyone have a problem with that? The people who got a problem.
This is the man who I'd earlier heard tell a meeting that Britain is being destroyed by immigration, so I'm surprised by his change in tone. I learn later from Andy that he too suspects me. Another meeting, another pub. Tonight Nick Cass, who's standing as a candidate in the European elections, represents the more modern, respectable face of the BNP.
People don't vote in this country, not because they're satisfied with what's going on, because they don't feel that they've got another option. We've got to show them that we're capable of being that other option. And the only way of doing that is by getting on the doorstep, talking to these people, making them aware that we're not what the media says we're like. We're not thugs, we're not this, we're not that. We're just normal British people who care about what's going on in this country and want to put things right.
But when Mark Collett takes the podium, his speech is anything but respectable. I hear nothing of his apparent approval of hard-working immigrants, only insults and wild exaggeration.
Hundreds of thousands of these Muslim asylum seekers are coming to this country every year, and they're adding to their ranks. They're building their supplies, and they're working against us. And we're bringing these people into the country. And when they come here, what do they get? Well, they get a house for a start. They get their rent, their rates, everything paid for. They get £4 cheques to go and buy a car. Isn't it unacceptable to make these people use buses? They've come into this country, they can't speak English, so rather than making them struggle on the buses or on a taxi, we'll give them a car. Now there'll be some people who heard what I was saying tonight, and they'd say, Mark, you're full of hate. And I'd turn around to them and say, yeah, I am.
We all are.
I'll tell you this, right? I honestly don't hate asylum seekers. These people are cockroaches, and they're doing what cockroaches do. Because cockroaches can't help what they do, they just do it. Like cats meow and dogs bark. They do it because they are what they are, and they'll do what they do. The people I hate are the white politicians that sold us down the line. When we come out of that count with 20 candidates, we'll have 100 people on the street that night, and we won't be outnumbered this year, and we're not going to be pushed around.
Twat some bastards!
People who are very conscious of the fact that there are laws to prevent incitement to racial hatred are very conscious of the fact that to correct yourself is to say, I don't hate these people, I just don't like the people who've actually made it possible for them to come here. I don't see how we can be calling people cockroaches and seeking to talk about them in such ways if we're not intending on promoting racial hatred. And I think it's a very unsophisticated way of trying to exonerate yourself from likely prosecution.
The barrister advising us agrees. He says Collett's words are clearly threatening, abusive or insulting. It is impossible on any objective assessment of his words to conclude that he was doing anything other than intending to stir up racial hatred. I watch Collett's speech with Steve Barkham. I feel he's stirred up. He's also more comfortable with me because he believes my story that I'm a football hooligan.
Imagine, in June, some meeting there in the harbour. You get some tough lads from every fucking hooligan club there. So fucking mental.
I believe he now trusts me enough to tell me the truth about what really happened on the afternoon of the Bradford riots. I'd checked out his story. These police photos confirm that he's present at a Bradford pub with some members of the National Front. He's in confrontational mood. An Asian man runs towards the pub and is attacked. 3 white men and the victim were later convicted of a fray. Barkham escaped prosecution.
I assaulted him. Right, that was the fucking thing. I assaulted him. Okay, I knocked him out on the floor, I kicked him out conscious. I gave him a good fucking head because that's what he asked for. And he got it. It might not have been me, it might have been you, or it might have been somebody else, but he came in there and he was arguing. He wanted to fight with fucking white lads. White lads ran outside and they all fucking scarfed. Well, most of them scarfed. A few left. A few of us, a few let's have a fight, let's fucking do it. So we had a fight, 6 months later, I'm on fucking bail. And he's getting shown photographs of us. Me and my mates, my lads. Who beat you up, mate? Who beat you up? And he picked out somebody else by accident. It was me who actually did it to him, but he couldn't fucking remember. He picked out somebody else.
4 days later, I'm back on the campaign trail with Barkham. What he tells me now is even more alarming.
I've only ordered the old anarchists fucking cookbook off the internet. Have you? How to make explosives. Let's have him with that. I'll be fucking doing that soon, mate, I tell you. Regardless. You're the fucking fruit bat, you are, lad, fucking £22 it is. £22? How to make fucking homemade explosives. Let's have some. Custard dust. Custard what? Custard dust. Alright. Fucking mix with like water and that, you know what I mean? Custard. That's fucking explosives. Is it really? I never knew it was. Until I started reading about that sort of thing. You float it in the air, you put a light to it and it fucking blows up. Fucking hell. What? Propane gas. Propane gas? Yeah. What kind of explosion can you get from that? Propane's fucking awesome, isn't it? Jesus.
What are you going to do? You're not going to how many of our brown brothers are you?
I'm one or two. I really honestly.
Makes me wonder, you know, sometimes I think about whether democracy is the right way to do things.
It's fucking bollocks. But you do it, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm ready for fucking war though, man, get myself
Had a bit of a scare today. Received a call about an hour before I was about to go out to a meeting from my boss, and my boss told me that a colleague of mine at the BBC had received a telephone call. Someone claiming they were from the British National Party and that they knew there was an infiltrator from the BBC. I was obviously concerned that I could be walking into a setup.
This is Keep Faith Deliverance.